So I decided to revamp my morning routine, and I thought, why not do it together? And if you know me, you know I love me a good morning routine. And as the seasons are changing, I was like, I also need a change. So I'm gonna do that with you today. If you're new here, welcome to the Conscious and Chic YouTube channel. I'm Kathleen, your conscious lifestyle bestie. And if you're not new, welcome back. In today's video, we're gonna be building a peaceful yet productive morning routine. So go ahead, grab yourself a drink. I have some ginger tea and a notebook because you're gonna wanna take notes. Taking notes is part of the process. Trust the process. So go ahead, grab a notebook. If you like this one, I'll go ahead and link it below. And let's get into it. First thing you want to do when building a morning routine is setting your goal. So my goal for my morning routine is for it to be peaceful, for it to also feed my mind, my body, and my soul, and make sure that I don't have that rushed feeling. Now I have to explain, I'm the type of person that naturally, I just want to jump right into things. First thing in the morning, just jump in, emails, That's like my natural personality. And so with my morning routine, I'm making sure that I have a slower start to the day so that it's less chaotic, so that I also don't burn out in the long run. Having a slow morning routine is key for me, but you have to know yourself. If you're more on the, no, I'll do slow all day and that's my natural rhythm, then you might want a morning routine that jumps up your energy a little bit more to get you going for the day. Make sense? All right, you got your notebook? I got mine. So what you want to do is dream a little. You want to first write down all the things that your ideal morning routine would include. So for me, I'll give you some of the things that I'm going to write down. Drinking water is really important for me. Also making tea. I'm a tea drinker first thing in the morning. If you're a coffee drinker, you might want to put coffee there. It's also very important for me to have some form of physical exercise. I want to make sure that I move my body first thing in the morning. I'm also going to make sure that I include writing. I started a new writing practice. This is very new for me. It's going to be new in this morning routine. I did it a little bit this morning and yesterday, and I think I really need to include it in my morning routine because it's something that I'm trying to grow in, and I think including it in my morning routine is the perfect spot for it to happen every single day and for me not to miss it. Also like to, as I'm saying this, morning routines are a great place to include things that you're trying to make sure you don't miss as the day gets busy, because you have full control over those first few hours of the day, especially if you don't have kids yet. I know kids bring in a completely different dynamic in life. And so if you don't yet have kids, you have a lot more control before people start making demands, before you open your inbox, before people start calling you. Those first few hours in the morning are your hours that you can control. So including things that you want to make sure happen in that morning routine is also really smart. In here, I'm also including my quiet time, prayer, reading the Bible in a year, and also journaling, making sure that I'm getting ready, doing my makeup, my hair. I also included in here affirmations and reviewing my top 3. If you want to pause for a second, just so you can really think through what you want to include, go ahead. My outfit today, do we love? I know it looks like I'm wearing a t-shirt, but it's not a t-shirt, baby. It's a dress. I'll go ahead and include a clip. It's a dress by 90%, and I paired it with this jacket by Veil, 2 brands that I talked about in my 5 Brands You Should Know Sustainable Fashion Edition that I'll link somewhere for you so you can check it out. If you like this type of content, though, I want to invite you to join me on Instagram and on my other socials where I share a lot more fashion inspiration. All right, let's get back to today's topic. Some other things that you might want to include that I didn't are things maybe like visualization. You might want to include touching base with someone that you live with, or getting your kids ready, washing your hair. You might also want to include watching the news or checking the weather, or also doing some reading. I know it's part of a lot of people's morning routines to read. I moved it from my morning routine because I decided to do it later in the day because I'm in my audiobooks era. So I'm able to listen on the go. But if you want to sit in peace and read, make sure you include that in your routine. Things that you want to avoid. It's important to know what you want to include in your routine, but you also have to avoid the few things that you know might kind of happen for you naturally. Snoozing is one of them. Reaching for your phone, checking social media or emails might be one of them. things that will really sap time out of your morning routine. So you want to avoid these things. The best way that I found to avoid those first two is to charge my phone in a separate room. It prevents me from snoozing because once my alarm goes off, I have to go turn it off, but it also prevents me from scrolling. I don't know. There's something about standing in my bathroom with the light on. It doesn't really give, I want to scroll now. Whereas if I'm in bed, comfortable under the warm covers, it's definitely giving, let's see what's happening in the world. And we don't want that. Other things you might want to avoid are decisions like what you're going to eat for breakfast, your lunch, what you're going to pack for lunch, and also what you're going to wear. If you can set all those things the night before, really, really good. Let me know what you'll be including in your morning routine so that I can get inspired by you too. All right, next, as you're writing down the things that you want to include in your morning routine, if you're able to put next to it how many minutes or how many hours you think it's going to take, that will help you with this next step, reverse engineer your routine. What that means is that you're going to add up the times that you put next to each item for your morning routine. You're going to see how much time that is, and then reverse engineer to figure out what time you need to wake up, if you leave the house at a certain time, all that good stuff. So for me, I went ahead and calculated that it's going to take me 2 hours and 35 minutes, but I'm going to add 25 minutes of buffer. It's really important to give yourself some margin, maybe for a day where you feel a little bit sluggish or slower, or maybe you're on your cycle, or one of your kids is not feeling well. There's a lot of things that can happen that can throw you off from your routine. So go ahead and give yourself 20 to 30 minutes buffer. So my routine would then be 3 hours. The way to reverse engineer your routine now is to look at the time that you need to start work if you're working from home, or the time that you need to leave the house. And based on that time, you'll be able to calculate what time you need to wake up and see if it's even realistic. Let's say you built your routine and it's 5 hours long because you want to do a 1 hour workout. You want to get ready for an hour. You want to spend an hour with your spouse. And then it's just like adding up. But now if you have to leave by 9, you really have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Now you might say, that's worth it to me. I'm waking up at 4. I love this for me, and I love this for you. But you also have to be real with yourself, keep it real on what you actually can do so that you can be successful at this. If you want your morning routine to set you up for a successful day, you want your morning routine to be a win for your day as well, so you can get your energy flowing and get you in a really good mood. So for me, my routine is 3 hours with the buffer, and I really want to be done with my routine by 9. So waking up at 6 a.m. makes sense for me, and I love that for me. Our circadian rhythm, which is your rhythm of sleep, when you wake up naturally, when you want to go to sleep naturally. But I wake up with the sun most days. So as the sun is waking up earlier and earlier, I am as well. So I think 6 a.m. will be pretty good for me. A little note about your wake up time. Some of you are not going to be happy about this, but I've found this to be true, at least for me. I'll talk for me. Having a consistent wake up time is key because of your circadian rhythm. I know sometimes during the week, you have to wake up really early, and I don't know what kind of job you have. You might work the night shift, or a job that forces you to wake up at ungodly hour and to be really tired, and you might use your weekends to catch up on sleep. It happens, right? But as much as you can, stick to the same time, give or take 30 minutes. Your body gets used to a specific rhythm, and so when you sleep differently on the weekends, it throws off that rhythm and your body is never able to adjust. So that's just food for thought. If as you're reverse engineering, you realize that the wake up time is really not realistic, go ahead and adjust the times for each task, and also adjust maybe moving some tasks to your nighttime routine or somewhere throughout your day. It's better to have a morning routine where you feel like you have enough time for each task instead of feeling like you're rushing through each thing. So I'll leave it to your discretion to figure out the best thing to do at this point, but create something that you're gonna want to do and not feel like you have to rush through. Hey, real quick, if you like this type of content and you like the vibe so far, go ahead and subscribe and join the tribe. I would love to have you. This channel is all about leveling up, living on purpose, and also the fun lifestyle things. You know we love us some fashion, beauty, food, travel over here. So if you like that too, go ahead and subscribe, turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of my future uploads. Now that you have all your tasks and you know the allotted time for each slot, you want to organize your routine and think about it as a flow and not something that you have to force. It needs to flow. Each task as you're going through it needs to kind of lead to the next one. So for me, I think I'm going to wake up, go to the bathroom, that's where my phone is, brush my teeth, maybe splash my face with water, depending on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I want to keep the cozy vibes of the bed during my quiet time, so I'm not splashing my face with cold water. But if I'm tired and I need a little boost of energy, then I will do that and transition to making my tea, drinking my water, maybe getting like a comfy blanket and going through my quiet time. After that, once my mind is right, I can jump into a workout. And I actually love to work out in the morning because it gives me energy. I know different people, it might give you energy at night, but for me, it saps my energy out completely. So in the morning, I work out. And once my workout is done, my flow, what I want to do is jump in the shower. I don't want to do anything else. I'm sweaty. I just worked out. Thankfully, I work out from home. If you work out at a gym or somewhere else, you want to include a commute time for your morning routine. I don't need to do that because I work out at home or I'll walk to our community gym. After that, I know that my mind is primed to jump in the shower, get ready, do my hair, do my makeup. And at that point, I feel pretty ready for the day. So the thing that I'm putting right after getting ready, because I'll be in the bathroom already, is reading my affirmations. This is something that's fairly new for me, but I do always put affirmations in my gratitude journal. I've been doing that for a long time. So putting them in my bathroom now is like a next step, level up from what I was doing in my gratitude journal. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm stacking it together because I'll be in the same space. And it just, again, is the flow. It flows one into the other. And then after that, I'm ready to sit, go into my writing practice and write for 15 minutes before I just review my top 3 for the day. And then that's it. My morning routine is done. I'm going to be doing this for the next 30 days and I'll be reporting back with you. I might actually take you along with me on a morning routine. Let me know if that would be of interest to you, like a little vloggy vlog, where we can do our morning routines together. Let me know. I'll be happy to do that. If you've made it this far in the video, go ahead, drop a pink heart to let me know that you're a real one and you're going to make it to the end of the video. The last step is to give yourself grace. It's really important when you're building any kind of routine to understand that there's going to be an adjustment period, that you're not going to get it perfect at first. And it's about progress over perfection. We say it all the time. Say it with me, progress over perfection. You want to ease into it. You want to go with your flow, and you also want to tweak it if necessary because the routine is here to serve you. You are not a slave to the routine. Before I let you go though, I have to give you some next steps, and it's really easy. What you're going to do is take this process, create a morning routine, and then follow that routine for 30 days and rinse and repeat, and do this every time you feel like you need it because again, it's your routine. So make it whatever you want it to be. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also connect with me on social media. I'd love to connect with you there. If you're trying to get more routines in your life, I want to recommend you watch this video next. It's all about building routines throughout your entire life. So go ahead and check that out next. And until my next video, remember to stay conscious and chic. Bye.